How does the DRDP help you plan learning activities and opportunities for individual children, small groups of children, and the whole class group? For the whole class, I would use the DRDP to ensure I was having a well-rounded curriculum in my classroom. I would strive to make sure all developmental domains were covered on a daily basis through my daily schedule and environmental curriculum. Most of the measures were ingrained into our daily routines and interactions with the children. And we would use the measures to validate the activities conducted in the classroom. Each week I would have a couple measures I would focus on specifically depending on the needs of the whole class. In the beginning of the semester, I would typically do a focus on personal care routines. Once the observations, bubbling, and DRDP data into DRDP Tech were completed, I would share with the student assistants what measures we as a class were working on in one of our bi-weekly staff meetings. I would make changes to my classroom environment, give more opportunities to work on these measures. I would also focus on these measures when setting up activities or conducting circle time. For small groups of children, since my classroom consisted of children aged 6 to 24 months, I would use the class detail report to validate the grouping of children. In most cases, my youngest children between 6 to 12 months would be a group. The next group would be 12 to 18 months. Lastly, the 18 to 24-month-old children would be a group. Most days I would have an activity that would fit the needs of the whole group, but the interactions of the activity changed based on the needs of the small group. For example, placing family cards on a quilted tree blanket was a favorite activity. Each semester, families were encouraged in the newsletter and at Meet the Teacher to complete a family card to share with the class. Family cards were part of our environmental curriculum, but the tree blanket was for day use. This activity was working on measures of interest literacy, identity of self in relation to others, attention maintenance, and understanding of language. Infants were placing their stomachs or sitting up on the blanket, while student assistants pointed to the people in the pictures on the card and read to them. For children aged 12 to 18 months, we would read the cards and ask questions about the cards. Example questions are, can you find your family card? Who do you see in the picture? Can you find a specific teacher or friend's family card? As children reached 18 to 24 months, we would increase the amount of people and pets named in the pictures, and the children showed more of an interest in their friends' family cards. Sometimes children would bring a crying child's family card to them to comfort them after a parent left. For individual children, I would use the DRDP a little bit differently. I would do a developmental progress report after the 60-day observation period, highlighting their areas of strength, areas of growth, and what we can do to help them grow. I always would offer a meeting outside of the classroom with the parent if they wanted, especially if sensitive information was being shared.